Um, well, it's quite funny about sporting heroes because you recently bought a home in Florida and the value of it absolutely rocketed because a certain Lionel Messi bought the one next door.
Yes, Lionel Messi did buy the house next door. It's funny because at first they were trying to buy our house and we got multiple offers. We couldn't obviously tell it at the time to the public because it was, keeping the privacy at this point. Everybody knows the story's out there because the realtor who made the offer was 3 offers that we got. We said, listen, we can't do this. The toughest thing about the offer that they made to us was coming and explaining to my 9-year-old son at the time, 10-year-old son, to say, who's a big, soccer fan. I was with him at his game till last night, 9 o'clock, lights are turned off, he's still practicing, to say, listen, Messi wants this house, but we have to say no, Daddy. He said, Dad, just let them live with us. They'll live on what? They're not going to live with us. That's how this works. Anyways, yeah, he bought the house. They're literally, like, when I take a shower, they're 50 yards right ahead of my house across in the same island that we live on. And yeah, listen, we went to, what do you call it, Halloween. You're going trick-or-treating. He's out there trick-or-treating dressed as a jester, literally, like, with everybody taking pictures, talking. I don't, how certain people who are celebrities and they know it. You know how certain people are not celebrities, but they think they're celebrities, right? And you know who I'm talking about. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
And then, there are those who are celebrities, but they don't know it. I don't know if Messi realizes how big of a deal he is. Security knows. The Fort Lauderdale cops know. The community knows. I think he just thinks he's Lionel Messi, who loves his country and won the World Cup, and he loves his family.
The World Cup is obviously coming to America. Do you think that America is ready to declare soccer, as it would call it? I hate that word. Obviously, I'm a football man. That's what we call it here. But do you think that America is ready to make soccer a fully fledged 5th major sport in the country?
I think it's the fastest growing by valuation-wise. I mean, you're seeing what Inter Miami is worth now, and what it was a few years ago, from 25 million to 100 million to a couple hundred million to $500 million to $1.5 billion. And, you got Major League Baseball teams that some of them are worth $2 billion. MLS, some teams are worth more than some NHL teams. So I think what is happening right now with a guy like David Beckham coming here to, Florida and deciding to get into the game, he goes and plays for LA and then comes to the market like this, Miami. And as a visionary, he sees what could possibly happen to Miami. His timing could have been better. And then him and others recruiting a Messi and a Suarez and others coming here. The other day, we're having, food. We're having lunch at this Italian restaurant in Fort Lauderdale, regular place. It's a pizza joint. Suarez is sitting right next to us, just having, in Europe, people would lose their minds. And I'm watching everybody. Most people don't know who he is yet in America, right? Because he's different celebrity in Europe or South America, Central America, than he is here. But I think it's going to take a minute, but they're definitely accelerating the process. I've been to a game where you're watching Messi at the stadium. It's not the best stadium. They're building a real one in Miami. And you're just watching Messi in front of you. You're seeing the fan base, especially Miami. It's Hispanic. People understand sports here. They appreciate sports here. Dana White called Miami the LA of 10 years ago. Everyone's coming through here. UFC's biggest gate ever, the fight, out of all the UFC fights they've ever had, #1 is officially Miami, beating out Madison Square Garden. So, Piers, you've been to Miami before many times. I'm sure you would have played. It's a very different climate, but to get it in U.S., I think it's going to take a minute. And I heard that they announced that World Cup final, I believe it's going to be at the Jet Stadium in New York. They beat out Dallas, which I think is a better decision to do it in New York than Dallas because more celebrities are probably going to go in New York. I would have liked it to be in Miami, but I don't know if we have the location for it yet. There's going to be games here as well, Copa America, but the decision was made for that. We'll see what's going to happen. It's going to take a minute, but they're definitely accelerating the process.